The thing that I struggled a lot with was that I knew exactly what I was supposed to do at every single moment of my day, okay? But then, whenever someone would message me if I'm going out, I would just go out. Like, I would just drop everything and go out, okay? Or, if I would see something that was more interesting, even though I knew it was like a cheap dopamine that I should not really even see at the first place, I would just choose that cheap dopamine. And it was never the lack of like willpower. It was never the lack of um, dedication. You know, but I was wondering what it is because I knew that I have a lot of willpower. I tried to, at first I thought that it was the problem with my willpower, but then I realized that I am able to do a lot of stuff that requires tons and tons of willpower. So that wasn't clearly the issue, okay, that I was experiencing. And just recently, I learned what that actually is. And so the issue, if you are anything like me and you also struggled with this feeling that you know exactly what you should be doing, but then even the simplest and smallest distraction can just shift your focus away from your stuff that you're supposed to do right now. If you're anything like me, listen to this. The issue is that our brain does not really see the person that we will be in the future as ourselves. Okay, it's really interesting, but it is neuroscience, and whenever you think about you in like 5 years, for example, you don't really see this person as you. You think that it will be an entirely different person, which might be true in to some degree because you will probably grow a lot and you will probably change a lot as well. Maybe we will be together on a private yacht or something like this, or racing in a supercar, maybe. But you know, our brain does not really see that as being ourselves, and that is a really big issue because if you are trying to grow anything that has any kind of significance and is any kind of great, let's call it that way, if you're trying to do anything that is long term, you have to essentially sacrifice your today for the better tomorrow. That's how it works. Like, I know that you know that, but like, you can't see results right away. And if you're trying to grow a business, if you're trying to build a personal brand, if you're trying to build a Greek's god physique, you can't really expect to get it in sometimes months, sometimes even years. That takes time. That takes shit ton of time. But also, what it takes is a lot of sacrifice. You have to be able to say no to your friends whenever they message you if you are going out. You have to be able to do that. But the issue is that since our brain does not see this version, this future you as actual you, it will think like, why should I even say no to my friends right now if at the end of the day, even if I will stay and even if I will do the right work that I'm actually supposed to do right now, even if I will decide to do that, I won't be the person who will benefit from the work that I will do right now. Okay? That is how our brain thinks. And it's really, really frustrating because we cannot really change the way our brain thinks. It's just, it's how it is. It's our biology. But what you can change is you can change the way you approach it. And what I mean by that is maybe stop even thinking that you are doing it for yourself. Maybe actually start thinking that, okay, I'm not doing it for myself, but I'm doing it for my future self, which is maybe a different person, who knows? Now, you don't have to really try to convince your brain that this future self is actually you. If it believes that your future self is an entirely different person, let it believe it. Don't fight against your biology, don't fight against your brain in this case, because that won't get you anywhere. I tried that, okay? But what I found that really worked was I just allowed myself and my brain to kind of match their worldviews, however stupid that would sound. And so what I did was, for example, you can do this simple exercise, which is that you can actually start doing it today. And for example, you can right before your bed take out the piece of paper and just write something, okay? Write some kind of note for your future self, and then wait exactly 24 hours and get back to this note and read it, and try to kind of feel as if you are a different person, as if you just found some kind of note from some kind of lost child, you know what I mean? And just try to actually see that every single day you are different, okay? And try to see that every single day you are kind of this different person. And once you do that for long enough, what will happen is you will actually start to think that, okay, maybe that makes kind of sense, maybe there is something in that, and you will be able to like align with your brain, with the way your brain see the world. And that, it will just become easier for you to essentially say, okay, so I'm not doing it for myself maybe, but I'm doing it for my future self. And that will just make more sense to your brain, because both you and your brain will kind of understand how you see you see the world, okay? You will just understand that okay, maybe for you don't really feel like this future version of yourself who will actually get all the benefits from your work that you will do today. Is you will just kind of see that it makes sense, that it may be actually perceived as a different person, okay? And once that's the case, it will make more sense for your brain to essentially help you with actually saying no to your friends when they message you, and sit down and do the work, because now you won't have this kind of internal wall against each other, in which you think that but what I'm doing right now will be beneficial for me, and I will be the person who will benefit from all this work, while your brain essentially says that no, it's in the opposite, like that's not really the case, it's exactly the opposite of what you are thinking, and you're just kind of fighting each other. That's not really how it works. And as I said, you can't fool your biology in this scenario. So just accept it and like go for the peace with your brain. Go try to align both of your worldviews, and that way, as I said, it will just make more sense for both you and your brain to say no and like keep doing the work. That is essentially, I know that this whole explanation was probably shit as fuck, but that's how I see it essentially, and it's sometimes hard to explain this kind of concepts. I hope you got any value out of this. That's essentially how I was able to fix this problem. That's how I was able to learn how to say no to many distractions that happen along the way. So yeah, I just shared this with you. If you found value, if you understood any of this, you can let me know in the comments. I would highly appreciate it. Okay, and yeah, if you found value, you can join the free community. You can subscribe to the channel if you are new. And yeah, other than that, thank you for watching, and as always, keep pushing.